Conspiracies 3, I need to clarify some things. Some interesting experiences since the last Conspiracies. And I figured a lot more out, and I think I misunderstood. I didn't misunderstand. I was actually completely right on. And there's a little bit more to it, like who to blame. Okay, and that's the tricky thing I want to talk about. You know, I mentioned North Korea. I mentioned Pope and England, monarchies. Maybe I didn't mention the Pope, but we'll get into that. The Ayatollah and the Vatican. And I don't know, Taoism, you know, I think there's something wise there, but I'm not sure. They're all wise, but they're all messed up in a way. And I want to explain how they're messed up. And the human race, and like how we're trying to make this work, how we need to make this world work, okay? So I'm going to talk about the Illuminati in its essence, okay? And I'm going to use a board to talk about it, okay? We can talk about religion too, but we'll talk about the Illuminati first. Or, either way, doesn't really matter. So, I guess when I start with religion, okay? We all want to know what God is, and we know what God is. God is nature, not something we turn nature into, first of all, okay? The people that go by the name Illuminati have kind of played with our nature and have built this creature, okay? Similar to this, it's not the same creature, but we could call it a creature where our environment starts to replace our nature and we start to get confused about God. I figured out Taoism too, it's the confusion. This is the tongue of confusion, okay? Numbers, we're all confused by numbers. Confusion. It's numbers. We all gotta be wise. We all gotta be get ahead in life. Okay. So what the Taoism does. Okay. Let's see if I can do it right. And what Taoism really does. Okay, is it's a beautiful religion. I have nothing against it, but the confusion we seek peace. Okay, with Taoism, freedom, and love. Okay. Now, that sounds beautiful, right? And it is beautiful, but think of the Chinese culture. Think of the Asian people in Asia, the yellow-skinned race, okay? And they're in a constant fit, trying to gain these things, okay? Like especially living under communism. Can you imagine how brutal that is? Trying to find freedom, peace, and love with this religion under communism is brutal, man. Imagine that. And when you do, up in the Himalayas, the police come and beat you. I don't buy it. You know, this is Moloch, okay? And there's a throne somewhere. I'm not going to say where because I don't know, to be honest, okay? Where sits the pawn, okay? The Illuminati pawn. One pawn and he's everywhere. He's delusional big brother. Okay? Alright, so we'll start there. Now we shouldn't get mad, okay, but that culture needs to change. But they might be under a force called the Illuminati, so that they're trying to figure it out. And that's why North Korea is removed from China, because they're trying to figure out this force of control, and they're trying to remove the control, and the control has gotten so bad that we have a contradiction of God, okay? Where God wants us to live this way and is not letting us because of our government, pretty much, okay? Because of control, okay? All right? So, there you go, all right? This needs to change, you know? This needs to change big time. How do we do it? I don't know. We got to find the Illuminati and arrested. Okay? Arrest, what, the pawn, the leader of North Korea? Should we go to war and risk? No. Okay? No, we don't need war. We need the leader of Korea to be able to break his prison and be taught that control is wrong and he needs to let his people go on his own. Okay? And this can happen just by him going, oh, that's right, oppression is wrong. Okay, that's good. All right, so we're going to go to the next religion. We'll go to Islam. Hinduism, Buddhism, all that, that's just philosophy. You know, it comes down to these three organized major religions, okay? Hinduism's a little different. See, they try and corrupt people in those religions, and they did their experiments and everything, and so it's like with Judaism, too. It's just like Judaism, you have a circle of the real religions, okay? You have a tribalism, shamanism, you know. You have the historians, the scribes, you know, which is kind of like the Jewish people, the real Jews. You know, what would that be? The Hasidic Jews, I think? I don't know. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. Denominations, it doesn't really matter what religion. God is nature, you know, and then some, you know. So it's like our relationship. It's important, you know. Okay, so we talked about the pawn. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to Islam. Okay, the moon and the star. Okay, and here we got the pinch on the star. Okay, so we're going to talk about Islam in its most beautiful state, okay, which is the 7 pillars of Islam are absolutely wonderful and beautiful. I haven't studied them personally, but a friend has told me about them and how just a little bit about them, and how there's like you have the temple to your body and things like that. It's really about living in harmony with nature. But somewhere in Islam, everyone has to be the same and take slaves if you're not like them. And that's control, and that's lame. Lame as hell, you know? Totally lame. So it's like, this is good, but, okay, there's a pressure there that's put, and we should have maybe done Christianity first, because if we get to the Illuminati, no, we'll just start with the pawns, because actually the whole human race is a pawn to this Illuminati, and the human race is trying to figure it out. I think, I believe that there is a mental control, and that there's a resistance within the governments of the world that know about the Illuminati, fighting against it. Okay, so keep in mind. Okay, we were talking aliens and vampires, kinda, but not yet. Okay, we'll get there. All right, but the 7 pillars are awesome. Okay, all right, and that's great. But what's not great is their culture. Okay, they're the reptiles that the Christians are trained to be against. Okay, because they're used as a scapegoat, you know. It's the heavy burden. It's oh God, it's a heavy burden. It's the weight. It's the hand of heavy burden. Okay, because you go try and do something, you try and do this, and they keep everything to themselves. Okay, there's some goat. It's goat, turtle, snail, and I know the whole thing. And don't worry, because everything will be. Believe me. So, alright. So, here we have the 7 pillars, which is good. Okay. It creates sorrow because people, they want the nice oils. Okay. They want many women. Okay. One woman's not enough. They need a harem. They want exotic oils. Many women. And there's one other thing, I didn't bring the paper in here, but whatever. You know, that's pretty much what it comes down to, though, okay? And a house. They want a place, you know, when they die, they want to sit. It's a hierarchy of how close you sit to God. So, you have this hierarchy, okay, that's established. And it's bad. And they're ruled by the satyr, okay, being the goat or whatever. I shouldn't say satyrs. I don't want to, you know, any satyrs out there, you're cool. You know, just like the reptiles, you know, whatever. So, and they use this against us and our culture, okay, to cause conflict, to make us hate, to give a scapegoat for the reptile, okay? Why? I don't know. It's all confused. That's all I know. But that's Islam. It creates sorrow in nature, okay? Sorrow in the human race. There's more to this. I don't know if we want to go there, or do we? Do we want to talk about Moloch and Sumeria? Yeah, I think we do. Let's talk about Moloch. Sumerian demon. And this is where it gets cool. This is where it gets actually, we get into the Illuminati and stuff, and how old they are in the 7 seals, or the seals of Solomon. Maybe they're 6, maybe they're 7, who the fuck knows, unless you have the vassal. 6, really, that's the seal of Solomon, the true, and they're the different tribes and the different religions that nature has for balance, okay? So Judaism, it's okay? Not Judaism, but it's fucked up with conspiracy. The Illuminati fucked up Judaism too, with Ashkenazi or whatever from, you know, in Russia and everything, and not one leader of fucking Israel has been a fucking Hasidic Jew. Why the fuck is that? I don't know, because someone's stupid, someone's ignorant somewhere, okay? Moloch. Moloch is a oneness. Never mind, I guess we can't get to that yet, but ancient Sumerian magic, the sigil system, with all their Sumerian magic and stuff, confusing us and all that, to sacrifice children for their black magic, to build Moloch. The Moloch is the oneness that they feed you. It's your boogeyman, because you're going to get sacrificed and fed and become damned with Moloch. You'll become a part of Moloch, which is their power. They don't know anything about Moloch. Moloch is cool, actually. Moloch is the game that this whole world's been turned into, okay? To solve Moloch is to solve how you're under control. That's the game we all play. Oh, from birth, how are we under control? Moloch, okay? It's not a bad thing, though, because I'm going to explain Moloch on a different level a little bit later, okay? And why Moloch was built by who knows, okay? Maybe not any government of the world. But maybe governments are using the power of Moloch, and they need to be stopped. Anybody making sacrifices of children and everything, they need to be stopped. Okay, even sacrificing animals. Why? Aren't you sacrificing a cow when you eat, when you get food? I'd rather sacrifice an older pet than, you know, like, you know, so there's some lessons to be learned to the Brahmins as well, you know, because animal rights is really what I'm all about, personally, you know. But I want to say we're all pawns in a way. That's what I just said. We're all pawns of this demonic god being Moloch. Okay? Alright. Well, let's talk about Christianity now. Let's talk about Pax Romana, Jesus on the cross, the shadow of the cross, and purgatory. Heaven, hell, purgatory. Okay, let's talk about it. First of all, reptile equals bad because of the snake and all that. Goat equals bad too. How could they frame the reptile and goat, you know, with this bullshit? Because of the Crusades. Like, they figured this out before the Crusades, I'm sure. It's crazy, okay? And here we have Jesus on the cross. Man, you are doomed by the god Moloch. You shall all become Jesus and eaten and sacrificed to the god Moloch. That's your alien control. Okay? And I'm not calling anybody suckers. They might have a great relationship with God, but as soon as you start thinking you're better than us, you know, fuck you, okay? No one's better than fucking nature, man, and the balance of nature. You can't get better than that, okay? Do you have to analyze everything? You're anti-science. You killed science, you know, way back when, the witches, medicine. You know, if there's a cataclysm that took place. The true Pope isn't the Pope that they stopped the Popess in the 14th century from being made by creating a different Pope and saying, instead, the Pope appointed a woman back in the 14th century. So we're going back to the 14th century, and it brings us to Joan of Arc and medicine versus homeopathic medicine. Okay, Joan of Arc was burned as a witch by the Illuminati, and she came back with a vengeance. And she found out that the Illuminati isn't God, but it isn't any government either. Okay? And it gets really strange, and that there is no hell and heaven, just an afterlife, a different dimension than the dimension that we're in now. That's all that exists. And I'll explain that later. If you don't believe me, if you think, well, fuck this guy's slamming our religion, well, whatever, you know. This is where homeopathic medicine was replaced by the fucking Illuminati, by scientific medicine. And then when science went, okay, wait a minute, they started fucking burning, beheading scientists as well. The Illuminati has kept us down for about, who knows, 5,000 years? I have no idea. It really sucks. But this is your Satyr mindset, your Satyrian mindset, ruled by the reptile, okay? And then you have the reptile ruled by the satyr, made to be against each other. So the conflict causes confusion, which causes the Chinese government to beat up Buddhist monks, okay? All right. So we're talking about delusional big brother here, okay? All right. I don't really care, you know, about a lot of things, about getting killed, you know, I don't care, because I know all about the Illuminati. Okay, well, I have, this is what I want to say, hand a heavy burden, but you also have, this is like the Christians, the Satyr mindset. I guess I'm not done here. Okay, oil and woman, you guys, we're talking about, you know, the way we're victim to Moloch. It's the same way, except it's like we're concerned about what is it? It's marriage. Okay, marriage is the big thing with Christianity because of marriage. You know, and here the Satyrian mindset comes is like it's bad to be gay. We'll talk about that a little bit later too. It's not bad to be gay. You know, whatever. You be whatever you want to be as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else. You know, and that's what the Illuminati just don't seem to understand. Okay. Marriage. Okay. This detracts them. This detracts you. You want to get. You got to get married. It's beautiful. You know, it is beautiful. Except you got to get a ring and a house and a car. You know, just to get laid, you need a fucking car, man. You know, around this fucking town. And then, you know, well, not in Chicago, really, but whatever. But, so you got the ring, the house, and the car. You need these things to be happy. You got a class system. You got fucking, and here we get sad because we can't get these things. We have our government keeping us down. How do they keep us down? Because they confuse us to go through our life, and they arranged a system, okay? You have no collar, okay? You have blue collar. This is how the Illuminati work. And this is just like, they're just driven, man. I'm working hard, you're not working, fuck you. They hate these guys, because these guys don't work, you know? And I was talking about the obedient mind versus the creative mind. Here we go, here's your wall, you know? It's really shitty. But they got their own wall, too, because they got their fucking boss who's white collar, okay? And thank God, I would hate to be white collar. I'm glad I'm not, because it can be so droll and boring. Unless you're into that kind of thing, it's just you gotta look all the same, you know? Put on your suit and tie, your subgenius suit, and go to work, you know, every day. And fucking punch in the clock. But you got it made. You got these toys. You got the woman. You're better than these fuckers, you know, because you tell them what to do when the schedule. In fact, sometimes it might even be fun to fuck up their life, make them work on the weekend. You know, after they've been working all week just to fucking let off some steam on the weekend because they hate their job, because this is the things they're producing, which doesn't really, it's not really eco-friendly, a lot of the jobs we have here in America, you know. So it kind of sucks, you know. Go eco-friendly, you might find yourself down here. Try it. Unless, of course, you're super rich, okay? You're a professional, okay? These aren't the professionals. These are the cube workers, okay? These are the offices. These are your drone bees, okay? These are your worker bees. You know, these are something else, but you got black collar now, okay? You got the Illuminati spies, the black collar. These are your doctors, okay? These are your doctors and your priests. Oh, well, see it fucking me up, Illuminati, right? Illuminati. They're like, don't say it. Black collar, okay? We have priests, okay, and we have doctors, psychologists and psychiatrists who think they went to school for 12 years since birth. They've been in school being educated by, you know who they were educated by? Moloch. You sacrifice your time and your energy, your entire life for Moloch. Okay, and if you go against the grain, okay, the system comes down on you. Okay, if you go against the grain, the system comes down on you. Homeopathic medicine we talked about. Oh no, there might be an Illuminati up there. Black collar Illuminati makes his little reports. She refused, you know. It's where do you send your reports, doctors? Huh? Who's looking? Who's taking in all the reports? Do you know? Probably not. Okay, you don't even know your black collar. Fucked up. Are you telling me? Yeah. So, okay, who rules this? Who rules this? What does everybody want to be? And nowadays, even if you're a man, you know, and it's the queen. No one wants to be the king anymore. You know why? Because the queen rules all, okay? Illuminati. She rules all, because she's the queen. Okay, see where we're going? Pawn, queen, chessboard, okay? Done with religions, done with society, culture. It's America trying to be a culture melting pot where everyone could express themselves, you know, and be free and everything. They had to take that fucking away by building this Moloch fucking class system and just strip us. We'll talk about that, but with the Queen of England, okay? Not an enemy, and probably, maybe, I don't know, anyone who worships the devil and sacrifices children is an enemy, okay, of mine, you know? If you eat meat, you're no enemy, you know? But I eat meat. I don't like to buy meat where I know the animals don't get to live their life, or their entire life is a factory, and I'm poor, so I eat what I can, actually, so whatever, you know, it's some bullshit. That's all I know, it's some serious bullshit. The king, I found out, after thinking about who the king could be, is it Osama bin Laden? Was he the king? You know, he's kind of goatish, you know, and whatever. You know, and he's like a terrorist, man. Maybe he's hiding out, you know, or is it the guy in Iraq? Who's the king? Who's the king? Who has the crown? Who has the machine, you know? Because the king, I found out, is whoever puts the crown on. Moloch whispers something in their ear, the irresistible, you know? And whatever the queen is against, the king attacks. And you could be the king right now, wearing your crown, going, fuck this guy, you don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Well, piss on you, man. I totally know what I'm talking about. Take that fucking crown off. Alright? Don't give him that control. You understand? So we have the king is more of a pawn. You get it? Pawn, king, sitting on the throne. Get it? Ha ha ha. Great. They cause most of our accidents. Okay? They cause our wars and our arguments and everything. They can manipulate the entire globe just by putting the right crown on the right person at the right time. What crowns do they use? Sigils. It's a form of demon summoning. Sigils are everywhere. We're trained. We have associations with them. But we won't go into sigils because that's too demonic. It's too scary. And we're against evil. Okay? And the sigil system's stupid anyway. It's just lightning. It's just... And that's all it is. Because Moloch, the machine of Moloch, if you read Howl by Allen Ginsberg, you'll know what Moloch is, okay? What he stands for. And it's just, and he rules the grid, okay? He rules through the grid, through the environment, the grid, the electric grid, the electricity that runs through everything, okay? And that's how the keys are made. You don't need to go out and buy symbols, you know, of, if you want to be free from Moloch, turn off all things electric and light a candle. You're free from Moloch, okay? Until, well, no, I think you're just free from Moloch. Actually, maybe not. But we'll get into that, okay? Because we're going to try and fix this thing. So we have our queen and our king, okay? Real pawn. Okay. So how does the queen rule? How does the queen rule? Okay. We're going to go into that right now. Because the queen rules. We shouldn't get into that right now. The queen actually rules. There's other pieces on the board. There is a bishop. Oh, who's the bishop? Must be the priest. Black collar. No. Equals military. That's powerful. They stand next to the queen and king, and that's where the king crowns are very tricky. It's a little bit more structured king crown there because they need to be in the hold. If they want this, it's a stranglehold. So the military is the bishop, okay, of the Illuminati. Okay, the knight. And actually, I heard that Tony Blair and George Bush Jr. were knighted into the Illuminati. You know, fuck you Freemasons, you're all fucking Illuminati. Fucking, you use their magic and don't even know it. You worship the devil and don't even know it. And that's fine. I love the Freemason conspiracy. It's awesome. But quit being fucking evil dicks. If you're an evil dick, quit being an evil dick. The magic is not for you. Okay? Alright? So, knight equals, you don't want to fuck yourself over in the long run. And we'll talk about Moloch and what Moloch really is. Because he's real. Okay? Knight. Okay? Politician. Okay? And they will cheese you off and cheese you off. And maybe the cheese is good. Maybe there's some freedom group. But maybe they're that smart. I don't know about this because that's not my world. Okay? And I'm hoping that there's politicians out there that aren't confused by numbers. Okay? And actually care about something real. That aren't evil and always trying to cast a fucking vortex, because that's what she uses to control, okay? The vortex. Vortex used to control. And this ties into a lot of different things, even autism, okay? Because the queen will turn you into something, okay? And then you'll have to unlock it in your mind, okay? Oh, uh-oh. But a good thing sometimes, maybe, if it's queen of the universe. But the Illuminati queen is not queen of the universe, and she can go fuck herself, okay? I don't give a shit if you're the queen of England, whoever. If you think you're Illuminati and call yourself the queen, go fuck yourself, because you're fucked, okay? You're fucked, and I hate you, and it's done. This is bullshit, all right? And then we have one more piece, the rook. Okay, who's the rook? The castle. Your rooks are buildings, okay? They use their symbols like demons. You might go outside right now, go this room, and you might see a demon, okay? Instead of the building, it has eyes made of windows and a mouth like a door. I shall eat you in the name of Moloch, okay? It's all fucked up, okay? They know. There's people who probably know, or, you know, they've been fucked up by the fucking, by Moloch and maybe the Illuminati. So now that we've exposed their chessboard, and the chessboard works like this, okay? Black side, white side. Oh, and Christians, you know, go to church and stuff. A lot of these You're used as witches to channel their energy, to make their magic work. You are used as witches when you go to their churches, believe it or not, to cast their spells. Oh, but if you're obedient, if you do something they want or they like, they are so nice to you as you sell your soul to what they really stand for. But if you go against them, they are hateful, evil, okay? We're going to talk about evil and good and demons and angels. There's no such thing as evil and good, just people doing things, okay? Alright. There's such thing as demons, though. And I'll explain angels and demons. But this is the Illuminati. Done talking about those fuckers and concerns with religion, okay? Let's get a little fucking weird. Let's talk about nature, alright? Let's talk about magic, time and space, and nature, okay? Illuminati chessboard, right? And governments of the world, and everybody's a victim, and they worship. The devil's just too, has too much against it. It's too religious, so they worship Moloch, okay? Moloch, as I said before, is the Illuminati grid. Okay. The Illuminati grid, okay, is your electric, air. Your stone. What is the Illuminati? Fire? Can they claim fire? Can they claim No, they can't. So they claim devil instead. Okay. That's the problem. They claim fire devil because they don't get it. They get these things. They don't get fire. Now who doesn't? Who doesn't? But this is, they use these things to control. Okay, they take away our fire because they think electric and fire. They take away our fire. Give us electric. Take away our air. Take away our stone. Take away our water. They feed it to us. They give it to us. Okay, it's like we live under them. Nature's gone because why? Population control. What's going on here? Well, what's really going on is the whole world and the whole human race, man. And we don't need any devils, or do we? Okay, or do we? So let's talk about Moloch. Okay. Control all things to Moloch, become one. Okay. Everything goes to Moloch and becomes one. Are demons real? Hell yeah. I know they are firsthand. Okay. Nothing's going to Moloch. This is what's really happening. This Moloch is real. And their control is just, we're coming up to this great event. 2012, and they don't know what to do. We can't, I won't get into too much politics. It's current events, anyway. But the thing about Moloch, what they're doing, they think this, you know, they're getting into science now, physics, and they have this thing called a quasar, okay, and it's a laser, it's the oneness of the universe, it's a laser that can shoot you from anywhere, and they can change your reality, and they understand laser, yes, quasar, which is oneness of Moloch, okay, alright? So even if the royalties and the politicians and the military leaders were victims to the Illuminati, they would still be a victim to Moloch, the quasar, okay? And they rule with the vortex, okay? That's how they rule. Talk about that. Because we don't understand the vortex. We understand black hole, right? You understand black hole. Things go in and get destroyed. Okay, but you don't understand the vortex. Okay, so you have vortex. Quasar. Oneness of everything. Oh, really? Oh, Moloch. Is that another word for God? But why sacrifice things? Why sacrifice everything to the devil? And they're Illuminati. Okay. What's this? Oh, a vortex. Evil vortex. No, not evil vortex. That's the center. Time works like this. You have a oneness, it's like a strobe light. You have a oneness, you have a spinning mirror. You know, we can't see the future because we're stepping in, we're carrying the present with us, okay? We see the past, but it's falling away into space, okay, as we go along in nature, baby. That's all it is, alright? So, what is this black hole that destroys everything? Is my mind being destroyed? Am I ignorant because I have a black hole in my mind? What's the name of the vortex? I'm going to call another demon Yonesh. Yes, vortex. And not claim it as black hole. Maybe black holes exist, but maybe that's just like the anus of Yonesh, or the anus of Moloch. Because, you know, if they were lovers and we're passing in the dark rift in our galaxy, you know, wouldn't we want them to make love and represent their love better than representing anal sex and ignorance and control, you know? So, interesting. To say the least. So, anyway, the Illuminati is what we're talking about. Enough about Moloch, you know, it's and Yonesh. Well, let's talk about what Moloch really is. Moloch represents, let's go back. Moloch represents everything really as the quasar, but our Moloch that was built by the Illuminati, that we call Moloch, represents all that is evil and damnation, which is kind of cool actually, because it's not cool what it is. It's going to change, so it's cool, because it's all objects, you know. It's all objects, you know. Like the demon comes to life, Moloch comes to life, and becomes the buildings, and becomes the cars, and the matchbook, and all these objects, you know, and machines, you know, that becomes it. And that's our Ragnarok. That's one of our, you know, end of the world. I don't know. Never mind. I'm getting off track with all this. But Yonesh, it's important to understand, because they use this. The queen uses the vortex because it's magical. You have like magic and science, okay? Science and magic. Alright? Or magic and science. It's a science and it's a magic. It's a, you know, I mean, alright, you know, you have the future and the past. So, I don't know. So, Moloch can go, this Illuminati grid claiming to be Moloch really is Moloch. And the people using the magic of Unesh in the name of Moloch can all get fucked. Alright? So that's talking to you politicians, religious leaders, you know, a lot of people, you know, who just oppress each other. Just like the people who are a victim, you know, usually fight to be free from it. But when you give in all the time and start doing all this evil shit, you know, you can become one with Moloch, you know. They're all like here, you know. But Moloch, I want to talk about, let's enlighten you all to what love is anyway, okay? And love is what's the most powerful force in the universe, okay? And that's what I want you to know. Fuck, I can even say fuck Moloch and Unesh, okay? Because it's like, makes sense? So we're going to talk about the Illuminati and how there's a certain group of supernatural beings. Okay. Yeah, we're all hanging out now. Okay. I like that. Okay. Now, let's recap. Chessboard. Nature of the beast of Moloch that they built is to always win, and no matter what, how you outsmart them, they have something that creates something that rebuilds the puzzle, so you have to solve it again. It's tricky. Okay, so what should we talk about? Grid, you'll find objects, same things spiritually, and words you can understand. They say that could change. That's schizophrenia. We won't go there. An ecosystem. What does Moloch, the demon of architecture, want? I know what he wants, and he'll release us if we give it to him. He wants to die, first of all, for what you've been. And he wants to rise into the sky, okay, and become a second moon. It's crazy. This is crazy shit, but it's true. It's the armor. And then this is a world that we built, okay? Like a Death Star, but without the death, you know? In fact, imagine a vent with trees and mountains, okay? On all sides. And with some kind of machine or whatever to weather and nurse it. And I bet gravity will take place as soon as you start. And this will be called Moloch, because Moloch demands it. Nature demands it. Well, I guess what I'm really getting at is nature lives, okay? And I'm going to explain living nature to you if you pay attention, okay? So we're going to talk about the Illuminati chessboard. You know what? Fuck it. I already did. But they used the chessboard with the computer to get everything they want with laser lights on the computer. It's just a process on the computer with laser lights, okay? That computer goes by the name Moloch. Okay? That's what we're building. Because those are aliens. And and they're not really here. They're not in space. It's so fucked up, because this is about time. This is about the universe. And I don't know if I should really get into this. It might be kind of scary, but Illuminati unknown. Let me go over spies and agents and secret services in the world and all what they do. And they sneak around, they try and figure out what's going on, you know? And they get involved with the Illuminati, okay? And I think, let's talk about England, okay? Stonehenge, okay? Scotland Yard has been tracking down the Illuminati for years, okay? There's stories written about it by Michael Moorcock. And England has discovered Stonehenge might not have been built by man. Okay, it's a creation. They mark time streams or whatever, which is good, and that's fine. That's awesome. But who does it? I don't know. I think some fairies might do it. I think some aliens might do it, or nah. Maybe these beings from the end of time, and that's where Michael Moorcock comes in British art. Is the end of time real? I think so. It's real, you know, and they are the Illuminati, and they fuck everything up. But they're going through this too. They're going through a dimensional collapse, okay? Because Moloch, that's what Moloch wants. They have a machine that creates. That's where, at the end of time, I'm not explaining this all to everybody. It's stupid to explain it. But nobody knows, because of this damn art, and England's fucking sacrificing babies to Moloch, in the name of God, in the name of something, in the name of control. Are they the alien control, or are they really after the end of time and the Illuminati, and they create around us? They actually like gods. If you know the story, there's books about it by Michael Moorcock, and it's really freaky, you know. So, in my experiences, yes, they exist as the Illuminati. Okay. Now, this all might belong. They might have other Illuminati that worship the devil, you know, to fuck this all up, to fuck up all the religions, you know. I don't know. Okay. But where do the fairies come from? I don't need to talk about all that right yet. Let's call this Scotland Yard. Chasing down the fairies who are getting in the way of the end of time in the name of the Illuminati. That's how fucked up Moloch is. England is evil Illuminati, but it's because they learned because of Moloch. Okay, so never mind. I'm not defending Moloch, but Moloch should be in space. Okay? Now, we got the British flag, 8 areas. Okay, and this is, we'll do the eastern side first. This is kind of Japan and shit. You get into the other side of the world, you get involved in a lot of shit. You get, like, this gets crazy, because you get the CIA, okay, chasing aliens. Vampires and whatever supernatural creatures, and the agents, the secret agents I was talking about sneaking around, like I was doing, they end up breaking time. There's contradictions, because as they try and connect, they're like, wait a minute, they get paradoxes going on. Okay, you can't have time paradox. I mean, it produces different things, different effects. And they're trying to figure out, they're trying to hunt down these aliens who have devices that do these effects. They're hunting down the end of time, who just seem to create whatever they want, you know, but they can't create nature here. That's the coolest thing, is that they haven't solved nature. They haven't solved fire. If they solved fire ever, okay, everyone would be damned, and it would be parallels of damnation, and we'd all be damned in the name of Moloch, because you just don't do that. You don't rule with nature. You don't replace nature. But maybe, actually, if they did solve the riddle of fire, maybe they could change Moloch and fix Moloch and balance Moloch. Maybe take away the black hole and give Vortex to Quasar and give Yonesh to Moloch. Yeah, that sounds nice. Let's talk about aliens. Alien computers, artificial intelligence, androids. Fucking, I don't know if you've ever seen Flash Gordon, but there's aliens, and I know what where do I go with this? I don't know. Where the fuck are we? Broken time streams? Should I explain dimensions? Because I think I need to start over with this. Main point, ecosystem, and environment. So to do this, I'm going to have to explain dimensions. Okay? Ah! Jason! Jason! Okay.
You're getting frustrated with it, aren't you?
Whew. Well, I'm just trying to erase this whole Illuminati shit and go into dimensions. Oh, by this whole concept, end of time and everything, we find... well, we'll get into that. Like Godzilla, is there such thing as Godzilla? Talk about dimensions. This is what they can't figure out, or what they have figured out. This is what they probably have figured out. I'm going to explain to you what all this is in a second. Okay. We're going to talk about aliens. And actually, this might go like this. I don't know everything, okay? But that might go like that. I'm going to keep it there, because the more oneness, the better. But when you can't trust somebody who's supposed to be up at the top, they're supposed to be the smartest and the best, you can't trust them, you know? It gets scary. So maybe we don't want to connect it. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. Okay, so what is this I'm drawing here? This is the shape of our multiverse, okay? And this is the interdimensional universe. But universe, do we all seem to say no? No, so I kind of like multiverse. Okay. So, what is it really? Okay. Well, maybe this is the game of Moloch and your match. Okay? Just to figure certain things out. Okay. We're the box on here. Okay. In our universe, and ask Moloch, you know, and where we're going and what we are right now, our stage of evolution as a solar system is here. We've come out of we've come here, and now we're here. And what that is, I'll get to a little bit later. When the fairies, that's probably still there, okay? And it's the balance of nature. It's the perfect balance of nature. It's weird. It's a mystery, and it's cool. But it's each of these is a dimension. So you have our universe, okay? Our solar system as lightning. All the elements connect, but you have another dimension of black and white, heaven and hell, okay, which is stone. That's another dimension. Okay, this is creation. Okay. Which is what? There's different levels of this. You have air. Okay. Saying too much to too many people, right? Maybe not. I I don't know. What's there to be scared of? You can always turn it off if you don't like where I'm going with all this. I'm going to explain the supernatural multiverse. You like that? I do. I think it's cool. I think it's reality. I know it is. And you can turn this off if you want. Yeah. Because I'm not going to deal with these motherfucking Illuminati. And I'm collapsing this shit down in the name of Ganesh. Because we can't let these fuckers, we're going to get destroyed. We're going to get cornholed on Judgment Day coming up 2012 if they don't start changing the fuck around. Okay? Here you have the Supreme Being. At the top. These are parallel universes, okay? It's like infinity and damnation of parallels, okay? And if you want to leave our universe, you can sit here, you know, you're never damned, you know, but stars in space, you don't want to be a star alone for a long time thinking about things, you know what I mean? Too many parallels, sometimes you serve a purpose. It depends, you know, depends who you're working with. That's ear, okay? Stone is heaven and hell, but not what you think. It's cool to be either or, and they go two directions in time and then back. And they pass each other, and they love each other because it's so cool being what they are. And you might think the dark side's the worst, but they might be the coolest and the nicest. The white side, those are the laws. These are laws of nature, of science and magic, okay? So do you want to be, you know, there's only one of each, too. So it's like, this is law, okay? The law is stone. You want to violate that, you got to deal with it, okay? You get where I'm going with this? This is the chaos, all right? But not really, because there's a supreme being, okay? We will eventually, lightning will turn into stone, okay, as 10 billion years go by and we rise through the cycle, through the reign of the supreme being, okay? Let's talk about this. No, let's not talk about the Illuminati yet, who claim everything, okay? Let's talk about, well, parallel universes, all right, and water. Let's talk about water. Water connects these things. So let's do that. Okay. I like that. Screw that. You know, why deny it? Right? Or why deny the supreme being? Really? Yeah, I know. I think. What am I scared of? I got the supreme being. Alright, water. But whatever. It doesn't matter. Alright. This, you know, we evolve through these things, you know? This is our supernova, and we die. But we'll evolve as these intense spiritual beings. We'll learn the law of magic and science before we get to the supernova. And we'll be able to avoid the supernova and move into a new spiritual universe, which I design kind of like as Flash Gordon with Meaning the Merciless. I see the moth people. These are where the alien grays are from, actually. I'll explain that. It's like galaxies and stuff. It's the intergalactic empire is water. Okay, you have the intergalactic empire as a dimension past a supernova. Okay, and it's galaxies. They stargate through galaxies. In fact, you can watch it because every object, every galaxy has a shape, and every shape has a meaning. And every meaning of the shape is understood by Moloch, okay? And what it means. And Earth is kind of a map of that, okay? And you can watch these aliens cruising through the Stargate if you want, all the time. They're dust particles. They're alien grays. And if I collapse this stuff, they could, if we get, you know, we've seen them, right? Have they figured out a way to proportion it through? But they don't understand we don't have to worry because they're totally cool and peaceful. That's what's so awesome. They've gone beyond the learning of the laws of magic and science, and they play in ways you can't imagine. They know they can't play outside of water. So screw you, Ming the Merciless, okay? That's what I've had to deal with in this, Ming the Merciless. I had to deal with demons, man. They're all cool. That's the cool thing. Each dimension is cool. What are you scared of? Alright. So, is what China's now scared of? Lasers. Boom! Gonna blow us all up to hell, our whole planet, like the Death Star. Who's been feeding them that bullshit? What, get an alien to just, we deal with aliens, then lie to them about aliens? So that you guys are just as evil as China, lying to them like that. What are you trying to do to us? Make us all scared of each other? You fucks. Even though we love you. I do. I'm just venting a little bit about what I think might be going on, okay? And that's the end of time and fire. And they solved everything, but maybe not fire. And the end of time's a cool place, because if you get there, you can create. It's in ways, in any dimension. Okay, you create in any dimension you want. Okay, but you only create in your own dimension because it becomes parallel, and it might affect people. Okay, these are all exist simultaneously as the elements ride through this magical place called gravity or something. I don't know, but like it's just wonderful. Okay, so yeah. Let it ride, alright? End of time. And end of time just kind of means it's complete. You get your own, it's like Little Prince, you have a machine and you can create your own world, okay? But you don't know if you're just a ghost of the machine. If you can read the book, alright, it's cool. It's very artistic, very awesome. Except their Sun Center, okay, which I know by different names, but I would just wonder if it thinks its name is Moloch. I just wonder, but I don't know. I really don't know much about all that. Except we want to end the Illuminati, and that's what this is all about. We want to end the evil here. We want to change it around. Talking about objects and dust particles flying through like stargates going to different galaxies here on Earth is actually true. Spaceships. If they learn the proportionate secret of the moon, okay, they learn the secret. Who knows this secret? You know, it's scary shit, man. But it's not. It's really not scary, but when you get into magic and science, and then religion and control and oppression, and those kinds of things, you gotta be very gentle with the universe if you're gonna get your way with it. You know, you can't just fucking force it to do what you want. Okay? And I understand that. I understand that more than anything, you know. You have to entice it, you know. You have to love it. You have to be loved to get love. So, that's about it, I guess. If there's any questions, what does it mean? Am I crazy? Yeah, of course I'm crazy. You know? For real. This is where we evolve into galaxies, and then we create our own world as galaxies. And our races shoot around in the stargates, and then they rise to become alien grays, where they're all the same, and they kind of rebel, and they come down to us right now here, and then they go back up. So don't be afraid, okay? For their own reason, because the same thing's going on in each of these dimensions, except maybe one. But I think it is. But no, it's not, because it's already been done. Okay, it's already solved, you know. We know where nature comes from, sort of. But this is our safety net about where nature comes from. Okay, we know, we keep it holy. And it's a magical place. It's a very magical, beautiful place in there. And these are all afterlives. It's not like the coolest thing is when we die, okay? Depending on, you know, when we die. We go to to one of these dimensions. We can skip around. That's the neatest thing, because we're dreamers, okay? And you can go between the 4. Or is it the 5? You can go between the 5. But this one is for everybody, okay? And that's artificial, virtual reality, actually. I can't believe I just wrote what the Illuminati wanted me to write. It's virtual reality, okay? This one that everybody can go to. Or no, you can, but you can go to any of these. Perhaps even this one. This one might be special. I don't know. It might be how many actual souls there are in each cycle, and how many times the souls repeat, and so we all share the same place, and how old we are. That's the secret of the moon. That's where the moon comes from. Did anybody ever think, like, maybe the Earth blew up at one time, and like that's where all the craters come from in the moon? Ever think of that? The solar system, our solar system evolved from this, and it's actually, if you put a drop in a mirror, you'll find our solar system's like a mirror. Pluto is the heart of the sun, okay? And then you have the different planets and the rings, which stand for the different elements and the connection to our different dimensions, okay? And space, if you're looking at dimensional space, okay? Interdimensional multiverse. That's what this is, okay? So, when we die, we switch it around, you know? It's cool like that. So, I mean, I wouldn't want to be here forever. It's neat. How does it all work? I think they're different forms of fiction. It's a balance of 5 or more different types of fiction. And I actually believe planet Earth, this, you know, in this evolutional state, signifies romance. And there's a lot of romance. And we better start paying attention, okay? Because there's a romance going on between Yonesh and Moloch. And it's important that we pay, you know, we, pay them, you know, whatever, you know, the romance, okay? There's different types of fiction, maybe, I don't even know. I only know my own. I only guess at the others. The point I was going to make. Oh, we're going to talk about one more thing, okay? And then I'm going to quit. The passing, okay, what's that? This is our solar system going around another thing, which goes around another thing, which is in the center, okay, which is Moloch and Yonesh, okay? It's the quasar vortex, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It might look like light going into a black hole, or stars going into a black hole, but it's vortex, quasar, vortex, quasar. We can't see the future all the time. We can't, you know, the stars we see going into black hole are the future. That's divination. You can, you know, dreams, you know, you can throw one in and dream, you know what I mean? So we're getting close to it, okay? And every 25,000 something years, you know, this happens, that we get close to it. And it's what it is. I think, now this is me, JSG talking, I think the last one was Armageddon. And our utopia was destroyed. Or was it Dinotopia? We don't really know. Because it's buried by the Illuminati. Or what might not be the Illuminati. I don't know. Okay. And that's why Moloch was pissed, because the Utopia, never mind. That's the whole story. Maybe something happened back then, but that was Armageddon. Alright, this one is going to be Ragnarok. It's a little bit different. Rock and roll. Objects. Okay? We're talking about objects. Nature's gonna wake up. There's gonna be objects all over. Alright? Things will be changing. We're all a part of the puzzle. I think you feel it. And I think we all see it. I think we're all doing things to Ragnarok. Okay? So Ragnarok, what is it? Objects we're thinking have been warring. They've been saying things. Any object will say something. If you're nature, you can hear it. You know what it's been saying? It's been saying, love to Moloch. Look at any object. Look at a statue, an angel, a weeping angel. It's love to Moloch. They can say more things, but they'll more likely express something. They'll only say one thing usually. That's the nature of an object. It's crazy. I started my own little conspiracy, okay? It says, love to your Nash. And made a joke about death to Moloch, but no, actually, yeah, it's true. So, what I'm talking about is objects are just gonna say love. And there will be no oppressive use. We can't always get our way, but we can. I would demand world peace. No war would really help. I'm putting this out because it's magical. And that. Okay. I think they pushed the button. I think the bombs are falling. Oh my god. Oh. Is that... Whatever. It's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Can we keep this shit together? Or are we all just gonna blow up? Okay? You want that? You wanna blow up? Is everyone gonna try and vortex me with their fucking black magic because I'm the devil? Well, what the fuck? This bullshit is all bullshit. Whatever you're thinking, all it comes down to is love and romance. Love and romance. Wow. And that's all. I guess that's all I gotta say. It's funny because the objects, the spaceships, the dust particles are gonna go through the stargates. There's gonna be a war between the aliens and the galaxies. They're their own creations, you know, and how they mix. And it's gonna be really cool. And our objects might start rebelling, like computers, things, like cars, and trucks, and planes. You never know. You know, it's really. You know who it's really up to? Moloch. Because he wants to be in the sky. Because he's going to protect us, okay? And he will claim all your military weapons, eventually. Okay? So, you don't need your fucking nukes anymore. They belong to Moloch. And, I don't know, you know, Now, there's a story, and there's a long story, and I'm gonna tell that story, but maybe not like this. Alright? Let's just see what happens. Yes, something will happen when we hit the winter solstice, I believe, and it'll be a convergence of all the dimensions as Moloch and Yanesh become one and make love. Okay? The quasar and the vortex. And if we're not in balance, if we're not in perfect balance, we're gonna ride this shit out, man. We don't want to set off yours. Are we going to set off the whole fucking thing and destroy our chances at ever coming back here to this dimension? No. I hope not. This shit's cool. This is crazy, right? So, let's just leave it to the men in black, and the Illuminati, and the aliens, and the demons, and the angels, and the fairies down below, okay? The magic fantasy universe where everything's cool. We'll just smooth it all out, okay? We'll smooth it all out and pick up some garbage once in a while. Stop using fucking. Maybe our society can change after that. Who knows how it will? But I think as long as Moloch, you got another chance at survival. As long as you build Moloch in the sky. Every time, well, never mind. Messages from different dimensions, I don't know. We'll talk about other stuff. I do a supernatural series called JSG Presents here at Multiculti. Thank you for watching. This is not Armageddon, and it is not Judgment Day. No one will be judged. It's just Ragnarok. We reveal the universe. Ha ha!